Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, welcome back to the Baseball Hut too. I hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So we'll talk about a potpourri. Got a potpourri of things for you today. Got the Giants, the Cubs, the Phillies, the Rangers in this video. We'll start with the Cubs. This is from Cubby Scrub. Cubby's Rib. It doesn't matter. Some stupid fan site. Some stupid Cubs fan site. Headline. You won't get this anywhere else, folks. Me making fun of stuff. You will not get, I'm telling you, you'll not get anything like this on Ballcap Sports. You won't get this on Robbie Hyde. Them being respectful of the players, respectful of other fans. Not here. Not here. We have fun here. Not saying that they're not fun. I'm just saying I don't take this stuff seriously to a certain degree. Unless, of course, it's attacking my Mets on a constant basis. Headline. National Insider provides important reminder for Cubs and Cody Bellinger. What is this stoned up? I mean, when's this stoned up guy? When's this guy going to go? Where's Cody Bellinger going? The son of Clay Bellinger, who pitched. Bellinger probably has a better chance of getting on a team if he pitched. At this rate. Chicago Cubs' pursuit of Cody Bellinger. Will the team meet his contract demands? This is how serious this is. Explore the potential outcome of the negotiations between the Cubs and Bellinger's agent. You know his agent, Scott Boras. There is not going to be any change in this narrative that is the Cubs' pursuit of Cody Bellinger until one or two things happens. Bellinger signs with the Cubs, or his agent Scott Boras is able to successfully get another team to bite his asking price. It would seem that Boras is losing leverage against the Cubs. The Giants signed Jorge Soler to a 3-year deal on Monday, and I'll talk about him later in this video, and that likely will take them out of the running for Bellinger. Even if the Giants aren't fully out on Bellinger, their agreement with Soler likely is confirmation that they're not going to be paying north of $200 million for the 2023 National League Comeback Player of the Year. All signs continue to point to the Cubs and Boras eventually finding common ground on a contract with Bellinger, but Jim Bowden of The Athletic did offer an important reminder that Cubs fans shouldn't overlook. His first choice appears to be re-signing with Chicago, but a stare-down negotiation between Cubs president of baseball operations Jed Hoyer and Bellinger's agent Boras is shaping up to be epic. Hoyer has never been afraid to walk away from deals, just ask Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo. Cubs president Jed Hoyer is stubborn in his approach to running baseball operations. There have been very few, and knows how he's writing this. They did have a good year the last few years. There have been very few instances where Hoyer has extended beyond his comfort zone in regard to a roster-related move, and that is not going to change with Bellinger. This means that if Boras is adamant about his ask for Bellinger, the Cubs will not be the team that bites. Hoyer would undoubtedly walk away from negotiations if there is no progress toward a deal for Bellinger. It would be a bold decision for Hoyer to take the Cubs out of the running for Bellinger, but it's not like there hasn't been a payoff for similar bold decisions that he's made. As Bowden mentioned, Hoyer was one who said there are no half measures, and that is why he took a wrecking ball the entire core of the 26th World Series winning team at the 2021 Major League Baseball trade deadline. For as controversial as that decision was for Hoyer, it has proven to be the right choice. There is a scenario where the Cubs walking away from Bellinger can still work, but the difference is moving forward. The Cubs are facing the opening of their contention window and not the rebuilding window that opened at the trade deadline in 2021. Now let me explain the domino effect. The domino effect means something will happen to this person down the street, and that will affect this, it will affect that, it will affect us, and it will affect us, and then it will affect somebody in the next town. That's the domino effect in rather short principle. But here we have from around the foghorn. Headline. Does the Jorge Soler signing mean the Giants are out on Matt Chapman? Now, the Soler signing is, first of all, it took forever for him to sign. He opted out of his contract with the Marlins, and it took him forever. Well, there's so many free agents, about 122 free agents still out there, folks. And you got, DHs like JD Martinez still out there. It took forever for Justin Turner to sign. Jorge Soler signed on Monday. Does his signing with the Giants have anything to do with Matt Chapman? You know, Matt Chapman is their baseman that has been rumored for a long time to sign with the Giants because of his relationship and having played under Bob Melvin. With the Giants signing slugger Jorge Soler as a DH, does that mean the team will no longer pursue Matt Chapman? Okay, let's see what this article has to say. The Giants reportedly signed DH Jorge Soler to a 3-year deal this week. This came after reports surfaced last week that linked the two parties, with the Giants signing Soler. He's been linked with the Giants for a while. If you've been watching this channel, you'll know that the Giants have been connected to Soler. Does this mean that their pursuit of free agent third baseman Matt Chapman is over? Well, we'll have to see. Soler brings a mighty right-handed bat to the Giants' order that badly needs it. Their offense could have used a bat like Soler's coming down the stretch of last season. While he's limited defensively and will likely be used almost exclusively as a DH, he still could provide a lot of value for the Giants this upcoming season and beyond. However, his sign does create a little bit of a logjam for the Giants. Before the Soler signing, it seemed that Wilmer Flores could see a lot of time as the team's DH since he was their best hitter last year. Now we will likely see him more at first base, while seeing time at second base and third base as well. You want to see Wilmer batting DH. You don't want him so much in the field. I know, I'm a Met fan. I know how Wilmer is defensively. He's very limited. He plays hard, he tries hard, but he's rather limited. The only problem is that the Giants already have a third baseman, J.D. Davis. I also know J.D. Davis a lot. His OPS was below average. It was below an average major league last year. No surprise. A first baseman, and Lamont Wade Jr. As the roster would currently stand with Soler in the lineup as the everyday DH, perhaps the Giants would approach it this way. Against right-handed pitching, the Giants would start Wade Jr. at first base and either Flores or Davis at third, depending on fit and need. Then against left-handed pitching, they would put Wade on the bench due to the fact that he's much better against right-handed pitching. Flores would slot into first base with Davis at the hot corner. Giants may feel fairly comfortable with this arrangement, even though they are likely not too keen on putting Flores at third base too often. He's a much better defender at first base than he is at third base. Agreed. The semi-complicated setup is what makes a Chapman deal seem unlikely at this point. If the Giants were to sign Chapman, they would probably need to trade either Wade or Davis. You know, I am not a big fan of Davis. I think that just as my own, just sort of watching him for a few years with the Mets, he can hit, but he does not hit good pitching. Just keep that in mind. Now, the problem with Chapman is he can't hit at all. He can't hit any pitching. But he's a great defender. You want to improve your defense or you want to, muddle, offensively? I mean, either way, you're not going to be a great offensive player there at third. So maybe you bring in Chapman. That way you can put Wilmer there from time to time to get some offense out of that position. Because Wilmer can hit. He can hit anybody. But that's the one thing about having Chapman here. You do get yourself some flexibility. A little more flexibility, but I don't think he wants to come here and he's not going to be playing every day. Because he was playing every day with the Blue Jays, and then they sat him the last month and a half last year because he wasn't hitting. But we'll keep an eye on that. I can tell you that. And finally in this video, the Philadelphia Phillies. Talk about the Phillies and the Texas Rangers, the two teams in the World Series last year. What am I talking about, two teams? It was the Diamondbacks and the Rangers. What am I talking about? I did say that the Phillies were going to win last year. They didn't do that. This is from CBSSports.com. Headline, Phillies Zach Wheeler talking contract extension. Rangers open the Jordan Montgomery reunion. Oh, boy. I don't like this idea. I want to see Mets try to get Wheeler back. Phillies Wheeler talking extension. Phillies co-ace Zach. Who was he co-ace with? Aaron Nola? He's the ace of that staff. Phillies ace Zach Wheeler is entering his walk year in 2024. And since the Phillies remain in contending mode on the aggressive lead decision maker, Dave Dombrowski, the expectation is that they'll try to re-sign him before he reaches free agency. Indeed. Matt Gelb of The Athletic reports that such talks are ongoing and that Wheeler himself sounds quite open to them. From Matt Gelb, Zach Wheeler and the Phillies have started negotiations on a potential contract extension. Wheeler says early in the process, can it happen before spring ends? Hopefully it does. Wheeler said, I love it here, we're happy here. Wheeler, who's going into his free agent age of 34 years old, came to the Phillies prior to the 2020 season, signed a 5-year, $118 million contract. Now the Rangers. The Rangers remain open to re-signing Jordan Montgomery. The Rangers remain open to reuniting with lefty starter Jordan Montgomery, according to what General Manager Chris Young told Jeff Wilson of Rangers Today. Young cautioned that the Rangers' uncertain TV deal situation remains a factor. He added that they are unlikely to make many more additions to their roster. Montgomery's 31 finished the season with the Rangers following a deadline trade. He amassed a 2.79 ERA and a 4.46 strikeout to walk ratio with Texas. CBS Sports ranked him as the 10th best free agent available on the market. Montgomery is one of two top pitchers who are unsigned alongside fellow lefty Blake Snell. I'll tell you, I am shocked that these guys are still on the market, considering how much people want pitching. And Jordan Montgomery does not have a qualifying offer attached to him. I am shocked, folks. I am very surprised that he does not have any kind of offer. But the problem is that he's looking for a lot of money. He looks at himself as an ace. He's not an ace. He's at best a number 3, number 4 starter. But he's pitched really well in postseason. He pitched really well for the Rangers last year. So he's in a weird spot. And again, this was not a great free agent season. This was a lousy free agent market. And unfortunately, he's paying the price for it, along with Blake Snell, Matt Chapman, and a few other guys. We had two big players at the top of the market in Yamamoto and Ohtani in terms of the free agents, and everybody else was terrible. So he's really suffering because this was a lousy market this year. Next year's a different story. I would mention a couple of things about Blake Snell before I forget. Blake Snell and Cody Bellinger, they should take 1-year deals. They might not get it from the teams that, new teams. Particularly Cody Bellinger should go to the Cubs. Look, I'll go on another year. That way, because no team is going to pick them up for 1 year and give up a prospect. But with the Cubs in particular, Bellinger should go to the Cubs and say, look, I'll take a 1-year deal, and I'll do it again. I'll prove it again that I'm back to being a great player again. Snell's a different story. I've been hearing the rumors about the Yankees. The Yankees aren't signing him. If they signed him, I'd be shocked. But you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2, and I'll see you later.